So here we are in 2020, so 3 years after we first built the access road. I'm just walking down So one of the things that I've done since the access road was built is on the right hand side I knocked the shoulder off. The shoulder was quite a bit higher than that, and it was actually causing the water to funnel through the middle here. So yeah, I've knocked the shoulder off. What I do need to do is come back and build some drainage channels. The way the water flows normally is in and around this area here. The water actually flows onto the access road, and you can kind of see just on the left hand side now the water flows downhill from there. I need to try and get that water off and get that water flowing over the side here. So as you can see when you look on the left hand side there, as we've excavated into the hill, what we didn't see on the earlier videos was the amount of rock that we hit. Also didn't have any video of a friend coming back with his rock breaker trying to widen this turning circle, or this turn I should say, trying to actually make this quite a bit wider, and he hit rock and that slowed him right down. But it's something I need to do, is to actually make this wider. And then this corner here, as you can see, it is seriously eroded with the amount of water that flows down. So again, what I'm planning on doing in the future, sitting the excavator here, taking some of that hill out the way there, some of the soil and some of the rock, putting that down here and trying to actually lift up this immediate area, lift up this area here, so you actually, as you're coming straight, you come straight up the hill to a higher point than you do right now, and then you actually turn left, because being down at this height and then turning left is too much unless your tyres are really low, sort of 10 to 14 psi. You actually don't get up this hill. So you can see the little simple star picket retaining wall, that's worked fine. I just stuck in all those logs. Those star pickets can come out now, they're actually not holding anything in anymore. This is all solidified over time, the water and soil moving. You can see the pine pole retaining wall there again, that's worked really well. I cut those poles down afterwards. But this is definitely the problem area right now, especially this bit here is just too steep to get up and too rocky, so I need to do a bit of work on this. So this is where, when I was clearing the trees, I actually moved off left, turned left at that point. And you can still sort of see there some of the trees that are laid down, the pile of trees laid down, or trunks laid down there with the black one on top, the burnt one on top. That was roughly where the turn was, and then the plan was to go down there and follow the row of trees that are laid on the floor down through to the dam. So that was the area that I cleared in the past. So again, this would have been a very steep turn, and I've had to put a retaining wall in down there, but that's what would have been necessary. I'm pretty happy the way it's turned out. It's only over the last sort of six months of rain that I've really struggled on that corner. I think there's the option here of taking taking a lot of this out, making this really wide, sort of up to that dead tree that's standing there, making it as wide as that, and moving a lot of that dirt down into this area, level this out a little bit more, and like I say, actually raise the height of the road. So the road would actually come, it would be up to this sort of height, and then it would make the turn. That would make a huge difference. None of this tight turn on a steep embankment. As you see, continuing down the hill. It's held up pretty well. Really happy with all the rest of this road. Again, there's a few areas now where I need to just knock the shoulder off, push that over the edge and create a couple of drainage channels just to push all this water that comes down here, push it off the road as quick as possible. Otherwise I end up with too much water on this road and it starts to erode it. But luckily, as you can see, it's quite a rock. Once all of the loose soil and the dust got washed away, I was left with some quite solid soil and solid rock. As you can see, I've lined the side here with some fallen branches, fallen trunks. And looking back through the middle there, that's where I would be coming with the access road. You'll see some of my other videos where I've actually made this turning circle bigger, but again it had to come to a stop because of hitting rock. I only hired a 1 ton machine, 1 ton excavator with a rock pick, and it just couldn't pick its way through those rocks. So I will be coming back here. I need to get myself a ripper, and yeah, the plan is to work my way through this and see if I can pull some of these rocks out of the way and get myself a bit more space down here. But then ideally, if I could then continue that road all the way down here, I'd then be able to join up with the turning circle at the bottom of Slippery Hill. You see the kangaroos in the distance there. There they are. So if I was to do it in future, I'd continue this along, and then the trees that are directly in front of the camera, those two small ones, behind there is the bottom of Slippery Hill. I'll build an access road all the way through there. That would allow me to have an absolute loop of access road on the property, which would be ideal. You can see in here there's a lot of trees come down. This is the next area that I need to work my way through and clean up. So this is the access road. Really happy with this project, but like I said, I need to come in now, do a little bit of maintenance. Now unfortunately this tree has died, and I think that's, as you can see there, that's just having to cut through the roots. So I'll take that tree down and possibly push, see if I can get the stump out and make the access road a little bit wider at the bottom here. looking at this, it might even be enough to literally just fill that area in, make all of that that's washed away 500 mil, 50 centimeters higher. That might be enough to actually just take the sting out of this turn and the steepness. That might really help. Just see here some of the roots from the water washing the soil away. So really important I get another cross drain in here. And that is the access road.